subsection 1 of section 104 of the Constitution, the President appoints ministers and assigns functions to them, including the administration of an Act of Parliament or of any ministry or department. And whereas the President has duly appointed you, Evelyn Ndlovu, as Minister of Environment, Climate and Wildlife of the Government of Zimbabwe. And whereas in terms of subsection 6 of section 104 of the Constitution, before taking office, a minister must take before the President the appropriate ministerial oath in the form set out in the 3rd schedule. Now, therefore, I, Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, do call upon you, Evelyn Ndlovu, to take the oath of minister.
I, Evelyn Ndlovu, swear that I will be faithful to Zimbabwe and in the office of minister will uphold the Constitution and all other laws of Zimbabwe. That I will give my advice to the President of Zimbabwe freely and to the best of my judgment whenever I am required to do so for the good management of the public affairs of Zimbabwe. That I will not disclose directly or indirectly any secret that is debated in cabinet or is entrusted to me in the course of my duties as minister, and that in all aspects I will perform the duties of my office faithfully and to the best of my ability. So that
whereas in terms of subsection 1 of section 104 of the Constitution, the President shall appoint ministers and assign functions to them, including administration of an Act of Parliament or any ministry or department. And whereas in terms of subsection 6 of section 104 of the Constitution, any person so appointed shall, before taking office, take before the President the appropriate ministerial oath in the form set out in the 3rd schedule. And whereas the President has duly appointed you, Ngulube, as Minister of State of the Government of Zimbabwe. Now, therefore, I am Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, do call upon you, Ngulube, to take the oath of minister.
I swear that I will be faithful to Zimbabwe and in the office of Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, will uphold the Constitution and all other laws of Zimbabwe. that I will give my advice to the President of Zimbabwe freely and to the best of my judgment whenever I'm required to do so for the good management of the public affairs of Zimbabwe. That I will not disclose directly or indirectly any secret that is entrusted to me in the course of my duties as Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, and that in all respects I will perform the duties of my office faithfully and to the best of my ability. So help me God. Thank you, Thank you, Minister.
I was excited that I'm coming back to Cabinet to also participate in Cabinet so that we can transform our country. I'm ready to work in that ministry, but the issue is I have to study the policies that are there, the plans that are there, so that I can then come up with new ideas after the analysis that I want to do. I also want to examine the international agreements that we have, because we've got three critical areas that we have. We have got economic development, which is sustainable development. Then sustainable development can only come if we address climate challenges that we are facing. So we'll be looking at the climate change issues seriously. And then also the monitoring and evaluation of the programs that we have in various parastatals that fall under this ministry. The President is expecting me to implement policy, because the policies are there, but we need to implement the policy. That's what I'm assigned to do, to implement policy, yes.
This is a new field from where you were trained as a guerrilla, a security guru, and now you were a legislator and chairman of the Committee on Security. Tell us, this appointment, did it shock you?
Well, first, I feel humbled by this appointment by His Excellency the President. I didn't expect it, but as you rightly said, that a former guerrilla, when you're a soldier, I'm a foot soldier, you are ready to be given an assignment. And once you're given an assignment, you don't have to ask. That's why. You don't have to ask. That's my training, that once your commander decides that you are the one to lead this battle, you just have to go and plan for that battle.
Now you are the resident minister for devolution, provincial affairs and devolution in Matabeleland. What is priority number one?
Ruben, the first thing you must understand, you don't operate as an individual. I'm sure we're all aware of the President's vision, 2030. So what is important is that I have to follow the President's vision and say, what does the President want? his vision. He talks of leaving nobody, no place behind. So I'm not going to invent a will because already there was a minister. You know, she won, she was the second place. I have to go then see, in terms of that vision, in terms that it's a devolution state, we're getting funds for devolution. Those devolution funds, I will ensure that no place, no one is going to be left behind in terms as we march towards Vision 2030.
Very much.